Let me tell you something about my first drafts. They suck. Really bad. I mean, they're just awful. I was kind of expecting a rude comment from my inner editor just there. Oh, I already tied her up. Thank you, Muse. No problem. Anyway, like I was saying, my first drafts aren't awesome. And neither are my second drafts. My third drafts are usually pretty bad.
You're making me feel sad inside.
It makes me feel kind of sad inside sometimes too. But it's the truth. And you know what? It's okay.
How can you say that? What's the point of writing something if it sucks?
Because you can rewrite it. And rewrite it again. And again. And again. And every time you rewrite it, it sucks a little less, until eventually it's pretty good. And that is what an inner editor is for. You mean she's actually good for something? She is. Admittedly, she's a bit of a nuisance during the initial creating, which is why we gag her, but we need her during the editing process.
But why does it have to suck at first?
Well, because when you first set out to write, you're still getting to know your characters and your world and your plot.
How about I figure that stuff out before I start writing? I can do lots of character sheets and draw maps, and I can figure out every scene before I start writing.
That is how stories never get written. On more than one occasion, I've met somebody who told me about this amazing story they're writing with a complex magic system and intricate politics causing a war in their own language. But when I say, "Oh, that sounds really interesting, I'd love to read it," they invariably reply, "Oh, well, I haven't actually started writing it yet," even though they've been working on it for 5, 10, even 20 years. I'm impressed by their attention span. Even though it seems like they're getting a lot done, these people often don't actually write their book, which means it never gets published.
But that stuff has to be done. And you just said that the problem with my writing is that I don't have that stuff all figured out.
No, I said the problem with your first drafts is that it's not all figured out yet. Of course, you should do some world building and plot planning before you set out to write, more so if you're an outline writer. But the best way to get a story written is to write it. That's the fun part. I like to just go at it and see what happens. You'll come up with character development and world building while you're writing your first draft, and then once it's written, you can edit it. But you can't edit a blank page. Editing? Yuck, I'm out of here. Before you go, could you untie the editor? What? No! Please, Muse, we need her for this part. Fine. You guys are no fun at all. Thank you. Now, let's get to work.
Today's novel idea isn't so much of a prompt as it is a suggestion. If you have a book that you've been thinking about and plotting and world building and telling people about, but not actually writing, if you've got one of those lying around in a drawer somewhere, pull it out and write 1 page. That's all. 1 page. Good luck with that. Happy writing, and thanks for watching.